Alright, ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, this is going to be the last video I'm going to talk about on XIM for a while. I don't want to milk it out too much, but I do really want to talk about something that I think is very important and a trending topic that has been going along. There's a lot of stuff that we're going to talk about in this video about XIM, and even at the end, we're going to roast and look at some of the XIM players that are either crying on the XIM forums, which is so funny, so make sure you stick around, or looking at XIM players trying to play controller. It's actually very, very funny when they get mouse trapped. So if you want to stick around to the end, that'll be at the end. But the main point of this is I want to talk about a trending topic, and that is banning XIM players permanently. Now, recently on Twitter, I've been talking about this, and a lot of people are saying, like, oh, no, like, don't ban XIM players because then you lose a lot of the player base. But that's just not true. Now, let me explain to you this, okay? This is the Rainbow Six tracker. He's a GOAT. He gave me the graphs for everything. You know, if you want to check out your R6 stats, use Rainbow Six tracker. Don't use anything else. But he gave me these stats. These are from last season, the first season of Rank 2.0. There was 38,000 champions, okay? At the end of the season, this is not including people who hit champion and lost their rank, but at the end of the season, there was 38,000 console champions between Xbox and PS4. Xbox, 17,679. PS4, 20,649, which is crazy, right? That's such a crazy number. That's such a high amount of champions, right? But in reality, it's really not that many, okay? Now, look at this. This was from Solar Raid. This was the rank distributions. I've cropped it up just so you could see, like, what I'm generally talking about. But look at this. Out of the 38,000 champions, right? Like, that's crazy. There's a lot of champions. That only made up 1.94% of the entire Siege player base, okay? Now, stay along with me because this is going to get a lot of statistical numbers and it's going to probably hurt your head. I hate math. Trust me, this is the most amount of math that I've done in 10 years. I hate it. But listen to this, okay? So, people say don't ban XIM, you lose out of the player base. And you may make the argument, okay, well, there's not only XIMs in Diamond and Champion. There's XIMs in Emerald and Plat and Gold, okay? There is a very few amount of XIMs, realistically speaking, in Gold and Plat. Why is that? Because if people are playing XIM, they're going to get better and they're going to rank up and they're going to go to Emerald. Maybe in the beginning of the season, sure. But at the end of the season, end of everything, when people have played 3 months, okay, they're going to be in Emerald, Diamond, and Champion. That's just statistically what you want to look at, okay? So now, let's just say we decided to ban all XIMs, okay? And let's just say every single champion and every single diamond and every single emerald was XIM. Let's just say that. So we banned all of them. You are still only looking at 10 to 11% of the player base being banned, okay? Which is not that crazy of numbers when it comes to banning cheaters. But the craziest part is that that's not the actual numbers. That not every single diamond and every single champion and every single emerald are XIM. That's just where they, like, 90% of them are. Like, obviously, you're going to have some in plat and gold and lower ranks, but they're shit and they're not going to actually be good or getting any sort of benefit from a XIM because they're dog ass and they're in fucking lower ranks cheating still. Okay? So we're looking at the top ranks. So realistically speaking, there's only probably, I would say, between, like, Champion, Diamond, and Emerald, it's probably, like, 7% of all, like, XIMs are on console, right? Like, out of the entire console player base, I would probably say it's 7% of all of it is XIM. Then we look at Champion, I would probably say, like, 60% of all champions on console are XIM, because that's where it's really infested, is in console champion, ELO, and probably, like, 40% in, like, Diamond. But that 60 and 40% is still falling under a category of something that makes up 1.7%, which would be like the diamonds, it would be around there. And something of the champions that make up 1.94%. Now, I'm not going to say how many actual players are on console, because I actually don't think I'm allowed to. But you can do the math. 32%, like 32,000 or 37,000 champions, and that only takes up 1.94%. There's a lot of console players. There's a lot of console players. So I think people don't understand that. So banning XIM would be the right answer. Like, if you ban XIM, you're not going to lose a lot of players, and you're going to gain back old players, and you're going to make it competitive again. Now, here's the thing. People have been telling me the new Mousetrap update came out. Okay, listen, you can comment down below and tell me, yo, bro, I used XIM for 10 games straight, and I didn't get fucking banned. Like, listen, that's great for you, bro, but a lot of people are actually coming into issues with Mousetrap, and Mousetrap is actually working pretty effective. And even with the XIM update, apparently it doesn't feel exactly the same for some people. Now, you might comment down below, tell me, it feels great for me. Like, listen, I don't care. That's great for you. My whole purpose is, or my whole, like, happiness is that, like, there's less XIMs and it's not working for everybody. Okay, that is great. No matter what, there's going to be cheaters in every single game, but if there's an anti-cheat that takes it down a lot, That's good, and that's just like what Mousetrap is doing. Now let me show you what I mean by this. I pretty much said this on Twitter though. Let me just show you this real quick. I pretty much just stated that like if you would have just banned every person, like it would work out and it would be better, and you would not really lose that many players. You know what I mean? And I think it would just be better in the long run. So I still stand by that. Okay. XIM does not take up that much of console. Yeah, it takes up a lot of console champion, but not a lot of the entire console, so you would not lose your console player base. Like, you're stupid if you think that. But look at this. This is actually really funny. I'm going to read this to you, and we're all going to laugh at this, okay? So the new XIM update just came out, okay? This is what somebody commented for the SAB 2.0 feedback. Just sit back, relax, okay? Get ready to read this stanza, this paragraph, this essay that this grown man wrote. He said, "A very nice post. For me personally, just a little bit of a world collapse. For the last 7 years, Rainbow Six Siege has been a part of my life, and several times a week I play with friends. I am incredibly bad in FPS games with controller, so that it is unplayable for me with controller. Even with the XIM, I have in quite high elo in ranked, and a KD of a 0.8. So for me, the XIM has always just been a way to keep up and play with my friends. Essentially, let me just paraphrase that, he's ass. Okay, knowing that in the past, this was of course not okay with the mouse. This is perhaps a different discussion. I could morally defend this well because I myself did not dominate with XIM. So these two paragraphs, what we could summarize from this is that he's ass. Okay, it now feels like the part of my life has been taken away from me. SAB 2.0 either doesn't feel good to me when set too high, or it's too good for Ubisoft when set too low. Either way, it's unplayable for me right now. I'm honestly not sure if the XIM Matrix can change that either. SAB 2.0 is also used there. I am a bit perplexed. Slow down now. Bro's using big words. I'm a bit perplexed right now. I know it's just a game, but as I said, in the past, it was a good way to switch off from the stressful everyday life with work and 2 children, and to enjoy the evening with friends. At least it doesn't work the way I'm used to, and it makes me a little sad. So, what we can gain from this is that he's ass, okay? And not only that, but imagine somebody's dad using a XIM. Like, imagine you're his son. You come home from school and you see your dad using a XIM. That's crazy. That is crazy. Okay, I'm not trying to be a complete dickhead, but like, this is actually insane. Somebody actually, like a grown man, sat here and wrote this. Like, he actually, and he thinks people are gonna feel bad for him. You want to see my live reaction? This is my live reaction.
Oh, man.
Like, bro, I don't feel bad for these people because, like, they're cheating. And I'm not trying to be a complete dickhead. You guys know me. I'm a very nice person. I don't really, like, roast people too much. But, like, when you're literally saying and crying in a XIM forum that it's not working, like, you're literally cheating. Like, you have no disability. Plug in a fucking controller and get better. Like, if you have a job and you work and you have 2 kids, either save up for a PC or use a fucking controller. Like, what is this post? This is a grown man. But like, so clearly, as we can see, it has not been completely working. Let me show you another post. So Bikini Body tweeted out, like, huge news, XIM distributor is actively encouraging XIM users to move on to games from Siege, as Mousetrap is indeed too costly to actively patch around. This, I don't know if that's completely true. But essentially he said, since Mousetrap is out, what happens when they sell the program to other gaming companies? Is XIM pretty much screwed over? If so, I just switched to PC for good. I don't even play Siege, but this worries me for future games. Essentially saying, like, hey, Mousetrap is able to detect the XIM. So what if, like, Ubisoft sells their software to a different company like Fortnite or like COD that's able to detect XIM? Then a moderator said, some pro players use controller on PC on COD and they wipe the floor at mouse and keyboard players. And then another guy, the MVP of it, said, XIM currently supports over 300 games, many of them single player. Adding mouse and keyboard pass-through on PC to Matrix will open up the entire PC gaming marketplace. XIM can afford to drop or reduce support for some games as new games come out all the time. Maybe players of those games should move on too. Essentially saying, like, they could just drop Siege and work on other games. Okay, so, like I said, let me make sure this is very clear to the XIM users that are going to watch this video, okay? I know the XIM users are going to watch this video and they're going to comment down below, hey, you idiot with a fucking lisp. I know that my XIM works. You're a loser, okay? Or, hey, Walter Jr. from Breaking Bad, my XIM works perfectly fine. Like, listen, I get that. I get that. We can come to an agreement that some XIMs are going to work based on certain settings and some are not. If we can come to that agreement, we can also come to the same agreement that it's not working for everyone, okay? And not everyone knows the whole fucking workaround, and it's also just not working for some people. So we can come to that agreement. So in conclusion, I'm happier because not everyone is on XIM. And it's also not working for a lot of people, and Ubisoft's going to continue to update their shit. So it works. It works. It's a working thing, and if it doesn't work for you, then that's great, bro. I'm glad that you get to continue to cheat in the game, but it's not working for a lot of people, so that's great news by me. Now, what do I think about banning people? Once again, we're gonna go back on the subject. They should ban people, okay? We would not lose a lot of people. They can easily ban people. People have been saying about the player base. No, I don't think that they're gonna not ban people because of the player base. They see how many players they have, and they see how many are XIM. They literally have, like, it shows people. They, like, I don't know if you've seen the invitational, but they talked about that they've been tracking the people who have been using XIM for the couple seasons now. They've been tracking this, so they have on paper everyone's accounts that have used XIM, so they can just ban everyone, and it would literally be less than 38,000 players. It would be, maybe it would be like 50,000 players. You guys don't understand how many players actually are on console. Let me tell you, it's in the millions. So I truly do think that Ubisoft should just ban these people. The only thing that I can think of the reason why they don't is obviously because of the disabled people, like some people who are disabled. I'm assuming people who got like carpal tunnel and can't play with a controller, or people who have like a, I'm trying to think of like the correct word that will not get me canceled. A residual limb. So people with a residual limb. I'm not gonna say the word. Okay. Listen, I didn't want to get canceled. I don't want like the disabled community to come after me. I wasn't trying to do that. But the people with a residual limb, okay? Like, those people who obviously can't play on a controller. I'm assuming that that's what be, I mean, how are you gonna play on a keyboard like that? First off, like, could you, alright, I gotta stop, because I will get canceled. I've got to relax. Like, I'm assuming that, like, for the people who have some sort of disability, like, that's why I don't want to ban XIMs. But, like, I think that you know, you could have certain people, like for example, you can blacklist those people. Like if they provide some sort of document, right? That like you can blacklist those people if they like actually show like proof. And you can sit here and say like, oh, XIM players are gonna show proof. Like they're not. Like you can make it to where like a little doctor needs to show you. Or you need to like show like, I have to stop doing that. You have to show some sort of like proof that you are, you know, like there's something wrong with you. Okay, like to be able to keep using XIM. But I think they should just ban it entirely and just ban the players that are on XIM, and then we move on. It's simple. They've already detected all those people. People are going to say, oh, well, you can't detect XIM. Motherfucker, they have been detecting you for seasons. They just have not banned you. They detected you before they even announced XIM. Like, people are stupid. But that's what I think. I truly think that they should just ban them. But now, do we want to just take a quick, how long am I recording? My recording's going for pretty long. Let's just take a quick 2 minutes to look at all these XIM players on controller. This is a XIM player using a controller with the mouse chop effects in. This is a XIM player using a controller. We got another one. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, I mean, I know it's in Terraria quality, but like, holy. Oh my god. That's actually, bro, it's because the mouse chop is crazy. Like, the latency is insane. Like, by the way, let me make this clear. This is not like actually all of them on controller. This is either them still using a mouse, or this is them on a controller and they're just ass, or this is them on a controller and they currently have the mouse chop effect still on. It's like a mix of them. I haven't watched all these, but I've seen like the comments of them like, oh my, like that's latency. That's not somebody with controller aim. That's latency. But there we go. There you have it. So in conclusion, what do I think? I think that XIM should be banned. It does not take up, XIM is not allowed the player base, and I think that they should just ban them. They already have them detected, and as well as the XIM news has been a W. Mousetrap has stopped a lot of people. So it's been a W all around. But that is the last video I'm going to make on XIM in a while. If something else super big comes out and I have to make a video on it, I will. It gets views. I actually enjoy talking about it too. It's just funny because I've been wanting to talk about it for 8 years. And it's finally the downfall of XIMs. Let me get, you know, next time for the next XIM video, I'm not going to have this mop on my head. I'm going to address nicely to the XIM players' downfalls if I have to. but I don't think I'll be making a video on it for a while. But I will see y'all though. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure you subscribe. Be sure to leave a like. Be sure to comment. Peace.